Every week, the program Sports Nation introduces you to the main events of Kazakhstan and world sports. We cover large tournaments, find outstanding heroes, and open doors to the best sports arenas in the country. In this program, we will visit the home arena of Barys Hockey Club, hold talk with Nigel Dawes, the player of the national hockey team, and reveal the secrets of preparing future champions in figure skating. Here in summary, the main news. Yulia Galasheva became the first medalist from Kazakhstan at the current Winter Olympic Games in Pyeongchang. Our freestyle rider won a bronze in the mogul discipline. For Yulia, this Olympics is the third after Vancouver and Sochi. You should know that for the final race, she went out with a plaster on her hand. Mogul is a discipline of ski freestyle. Athletes descend from mountains and perform jumps on the springboards.
I hoped to rank 6th at the very least. I was emotionally exhausted because I finished 7th in Sochi, 7th in the World Championships, 7th in the qualifications, and if everyone would have beaten me here, I would have finished 7th. I told myself that if I finished 7th again, then I would not participate anymore.
In total, Kazakhstan is represented by 46 athletes at the Olympics, who won 57 Olympic licenses. Athletes have passed an in-depth medical examination. There is necessary qualified personnel, doctors, masseurs, psychologists. Narrow specialists are greasers, consultants. In case of winning any Olympic medals, athletes and coaches will receive a monetary reward from the government of Kazakhstan. 150,000 for silver one and 75,000 for bronze one. Almaty claims to host UEFA Super Cup 2020. The rivals of the central stadium are the arenas of Tirana, Minsk, Haifa, Chisinau, Porto, Helsinki, Belfast and Nice. The winner will be announced in May this year. In 2018, the UEFA Super Cup will be held in Estonian Tallinn, and in 2019, Turkish Istanbul will be the host city, ahead of other candidates, including Astana. On the official website of UEFA, the schedule of the group stage of the League of Nations, which will be held this fall, has been published. To remind, Kazakhstan is in the first group of D division. National team players will meet with rivals from the teams of Latvia, Georgia and Andorra. The first matches will be held on September 6th. Coming up next, the best arena in the Continental Hockey League on Sports Nation. The Paki Palace, Barys Arena, may be described as super modern and multi-purpose. The arena was built in 2015 and is still one of the best in the Central Asia. First, because of its parameters. The square of the arena is more than 80,000 square meters, a capacity of the stand up to 12,000 spectators. A smaller rink built for young hockey players is located near the main arena. The best water complex in Central Asia is also a part of the arena. It has a pool and derricks for jumping of Olympic standards.
Ориентировались на тот момент, бралось много аренд.
We focused on many NHL arenas. It was a model for us. The main goal was to apply all the best methods in construction. The arena is considered the best one in the KHL.
Критерий, то, что оно лучше, очень много. В частности, за счет оборудования, которое у нас стоит.
In particular, due to the equipment that we have, including the hanging cube, it has a very clear image. Sound equipment, light show too. It is installed permanently.
Уже никогда не просто приводится на мероприятие, а здесь уже стационарно установлено у нас.
Each match is a real show, where all the details are thought out, right down to the comfort of the audience. Due to the acute angle of the tribune, the platform is clearly visible even from the highest points. There is a feature in the hockey box which can be transformed both under European standards and under the North American one.
Сейчас площадка, получается, она большая. Чтобы ее сделать под канадскую, примерно.
Now the site is large. To make it Canadian, you need to reduce the board. You have to melt the ice completely. Move all the sides. the rink radius decreases. Also, the arena can be transformed for different events. Concerts have already been held here, as well as sports activities not related to ice.
Концертов, как и мероприятий там спортивного характера, не связаны со льдом.
Basketball matches, World Boxing Championship, and pop stars concerts, the arena cannot be just transformed, it can earn money. The pleasure to maintain such a building is not cheap.
Передо мной стоит такая задача, чтобы снизить расходы по эксплуатации.
My duty is to reduce operating costs. To save the energy, we're going to switch to central heating. It would be a great saving. We also plan to hold as many events as possible, not only large scale, to cover operating costs.
Максимально хотим использовать этот объект, чтобы покрыть эксплуатацию.
There are thousands of LEDs, dozens of cameras. On technical equipment, the building has no equal in Kazakhstan yet. This is the heart of the television broadcast, the director's hardware. This is the brain center of the sports complex. Specialists manage all the technical processes over here.
Это диспетчеризация.
This is the dispatching of all our technical equipment. For example, this is an ice-controlled system. We can monitor the whole arena equipment here. You might say that this equipment is not cheap to service, but the advantage is that you need far fewer people to serve it.
Намного меньше людей нужно, чтобы, например, обслуживать это здание.
KHL All-Star Game seems to be the largest sporting event which has been held on the arena. The complex was a perfect place for such a memorable match.
Подготовка занимала к самому матчу звезд около, наверное, недели.
We have been preparing for almost a week. Many specialists who have already held the event came to Astana. Altogether, we held such a big match on the high level. The league members were grateful. Our guys received letters of gratitude for holding the match.
Наши ребята получили благодарственные письма за проведение такого матча.
In addition to Barys' team, players of the hockey academy are based in the arena. Snezhny Barsy, Nomad, and a female team called Tomaris also hold matches here. The arena is multi-purpose. It becomes a place for family rest for the time of official games. Coming next, Nigel Dawes, the leader of Barys Hockey Club, will tell about his career in Kazakhstan. At 32, Nigel Dawes scores and helps to save the team from defeat regularly. It looks like a movie script. For almost 6 years, the player has scored more than 160 goals and become one of the most successful league players.
We have found very interesting video in the internet. Right now I will show you this. It's really good. So young Nigel Dawes playing very well. You can see it. I think you know. You remember.
Oh, here comes the speedster from Winnipeg. Dawes wheeling through the center ice area. Unbelievable speed. In all alone, he shoots. Score!
How you decided to be a professional hockey player and who helped you?
You know, growing up in Canada, it's such a big part of our culture that you know, you really can't find too many people that don't enjoy hockey. But playing from a young age and skating and just loving the game the way I did, I mean, it was always a childhood dream of mine to make the NHL. I was fortunate enough to work very hard and have get the chance to play in the NHL. You know, it's a lot of sacrifice, it's a lot of devoting yourself to the game and training, and it's such a long journey, it's a lot of work, and you know, it doesn't always last that long. I mean, I was fortunate enough to be there for 4 years, but you know, some guys it's one game, some guys it's 1,000 games, you know, but just hockey as a whole, I mean, I enjoy the game so much, and I've never probably had as much fun as I've been having, you know, in the last few years that I've been in Astana.
In 2004, you played for Canada in the World Championship and you took silver medal. Crosby, I think, Ovechkin there too, and you were better. And so many experts told about you that he's a new superstar, he should be a one of the best player on NHL, and what happened later?
Well, I don't know if I never heard any of that. You know, I mean, a lot of those tournaments, you always have guys that come that are kind of unknown maybe, and you know, have success. There's obviously the guys that are really highly drafted or have you know, high ceilings to become superstars like the guys have. You can see the potential of, you know, Crosby. I mean, he was 16 years old. I mean, Ovechkin, you know, the way he shot the puck and how many chances he got, a lot of it is, you know, the teams you're on. I mean, when we played, you know, we had such a strong team. You know, the superstars are the superstars is because they're so consistent game in, game out, year in, year out. And, you know, I've found a little bit of that in the KHL, but, you know, when I was in the NHL, it was not always like that.
And when you played in NHL, did you know something about Kazakhstan or Kazakh players?
No, I didn't know much. I knew Antropov a little bit, but no, it was all new when I came over here. Even the people I've met since I've been here, other people like North Americans that have come to visit for the expo, or I mean, numerous other things. There's a lot of, you know, farming and stuff here, so there's a lot of people from Canada that come over that I've met at airports, or I've met, you know, walking around the city, or have come to hockey games. It is hard to believe until you've been here. Even if you see pictures or you talk to people who have been here, I mean, it doesn't do it justice until you've actually been here and experienced it all.
We tried to find some videos with you fighting. It was difficult. It's only 1 or 2 videos on YouTube, and just one video against Vasilchenko, I think. That was 1 year ago. It was very good. Very well, just when you're fighting. Did you learn?
No, not really. I mean, I've had, I don't even know, maybe 10 fights since junior.
In career?
Yeah, from junior to now. I don't fight a lot. You know, sometimes it happens. It's not something that I plan to do. But, you know, sometimes it could be emotion, sometimes could be because of, you know, a hit someone gave against you or gave someone else, or so many different things that factor into why you would fight in a game.
But it's not a new question, but I should ask you, what's the difference between 2 leagues, KHL and AHL?
There's a lot of differences. I mean, the sides of the ice. The KHL is a great league, but the NHL is the best league in the world, and no one's ever going to say it's not. I mean, you have the best players on the best teams. Here, there's a lot of people that can play in the NHL, just like in the AHL there could be, or in the European league, some other leagues there could be. But every team, I mean, the way you're treated there, every team's equal. It's not like I mean, you can see in the KHL, I mean, there's teams that have advantages over others. The arenas are all different. Some are big, some are small. Some have a lot of fans, some don't. In the NHL, I mean, every arena is like this one.
And what's your memorable score for Barys?
I mean, both of the 2 that come to mind right now, I think it was game 3 or 4 last year in the playoffs against Tractor when I scored 4 goals.
Yeah.
You know, it was a pretty neat thing
Very
to be
important.
a part of. Yeah, and I mean, it's not something you dream of. It's not something that, I mean, it's as it's happening, you're kind of just shaking your head like you can't believe it's happening, because it doesn't happen that often. So, yeah, both times obviously we won those games, and I think that's the main thing. You can score a lot of goals but not win games, and it's definitely not as fun.
Хорошая передача. Бросок, добивание 1-0. Найджел Доуз. Доуз. Бросок, гол. Передача, бросок, гол. 3-2. Ох, и здорово разыграно, и хет-трик. Найджел Доуз. Передача, бросок, 4-2. Слушайте, ну это фантастика. 4-й гол Найджела Доуса.
And how your partner calls you?
Oh, Dawsey.
Dawsey.
Yeah. pretty simple.
You lived here almost 6 years, and do you know something in Kazakh language?
No, not much Kazakh. I know a little bit of Russian, but everyone around the team speaks Russian for the most part. So,
Do you know something in how it will be Beshbarmak, Baursak, Kazi?
Bishbarmak I've had. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, it was good. I've had it a few times. A couple barbecues that we've been out with the team and stuff. So it's not something I have all the time, but it's definitely something that I enjoy when I have it.
And do you have favorite place in Astana or in our country?
What I really like about Astana is how many different restaurants and how many good restaurants are here. It's definitely something that we enjoy, is trying a lot of the new restaurants.
After the game with Jokerit, his main coach told about you. I never seen before this player like Nigel. He's really, really talented. And what do you do for your physique to be so good right now? What's the secret?
There's no secret. I mean, it's just working hard. It's drive. It's dedication. I mean, you want to win. You do anything you can to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's being in good shape, working on the gym, practicing hard.
Coming up next, famous figure skater in the past and now he's a professional coach, Adil Jarbolov, will talk about the future of figure skating in Kazakhstan. The previous one was better. Once again. You're close, come on. No, the foot didn't work again.
В основе лежит физическая подготовка и специальная физическая подготовка.
The basis is special physical training. There is also choreography, a gym. You need to use a wide range of training. I recommend starting at the age of 6. It's a specialist advice. Kids can have a bunch of problems if they start sooner or later.
У ребенка может быть всякий букет проблем, если он начнет рано, либо он начнет поздно.
Figure skating is one of the first sports that was included in the program of the Winter Olympic Games. It happened in 1908. In Kazakhstan, this sport has gained a special popularity after Dagestan won bronze at the Sochi Olympics. This medal so far is the biggest success in the national figure skating. I always tell to children, athletes, that they have all necessary conditions for training. They have to work well, they have a coach, eyes, and it will be better in time. For the first 5 years of education, children have a desire, but then it becomes more difficult. And children need to be supported not only by the coaching staff, but also by the parent. They have to talk to kids at home constantly and help them to compete. On the Winter Olympics in South Korea, Kazakhstan is represented by 3 figure skaters, including Elizabeth Tursunbayeva and Aiza Imambek. Aiza won Kazakhstan championships last year.
Про Лизу могу тоже сказать, что она тоже поборется за медаль.
I would say that Liza will compete for the medal. She manages to do a quadruple jump. There are few girls who can do this. Denis has 2 quadruple jumps, which he's going to show on the Olympics.
Который он покажет на этой Олимпиаде. И резерв уже виден.
There are talented young guys in our sports reserve also, a lot of children. I really liked the last Kazakhstan Championships, which was held in Alau. It was very interesting, because 7 or 8 girls were fighting for the 3rd Olympic license.
Человек 7-8, которые боролись, которые каждый мог занять это место.
Figure skating is one of the most difficult and expensive sports. One lesson with a coach will cost about 5,000 tenge. Skates preferably constructed of natural materials, and durable and elastic sweatsuit will be needed. For performances at competitions, a starter suit is necessary. The total amount should not exceed 90,000 tenge. Everyone always has a chance. The point is that at every stage of development, it becomes increasingly difficult for the athletes because tension is growing. I think that it is important to work and work further. By tradition, the program ends with a short video of the week. The editorial team chose the Astana cycling team, where its general manager, Alexander Vinokurov, has joked with team members.
Я говорю, слушай, этот дед сейчас умрет, остановите его.
Funny, eh? Where's that guy? What's that guy doing here?